What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Borderlands 2 video today, and this one is going to be how to easily spawn Omnd-Omnd-Ohk. Now, I wasn't the person that came up with this method. I saw this in another video, so there will be a link to that video in the description. But I saw this and I figured it was probably the easiest way to spawn him, and I'm not sure if too many people know about this, so I thought I would share it with you guys. So to start off, you're going to want to hit all 4 of the iridium furnaces as if you're going to spawn Deciduous, and if you don't know where they are, I have all of the locations in another video called How to Solo Deciduous with Maya. And you're going to want to hit the switch and then kill all of these enemies. And eventually you'll get to a wave where you'll have either 1 or 2 ultimate badass witch doctors and 3 badass savages. Once you get to this wave, you are not going to want to kill any of these enemies, so leave both the ultimate badass witch doctors. Sometimes you'll only get 1, so if there's only 1, then just leave it alive and don't kill any of the badass savages either.
Hold it right there. Stop. Slam. Enough. Fall.
So once you get to this wave, you're going to want to get into your fan boat if it's still around, or if it got destroyed, then you're going to want to spawn a new fan boat at the catch-a-ride that's nearby. And you're just going to want to circle around these enemies until he levels them up to ultimate badass savages. And if he levels them up again, and all that happens is that they get healed and they don't level up into Omnd-Omnd-Ohk, all you're going to want to do is drive away to the other side of the map, and this will cause all of them to despawn, and when you drive back they will respawn again. And you can just continue to do this as many times as you want, just until they eventually become Omnd-Omnd-Ohk. Now, it won't always happen very fast. For instance, this case, it took about an hour, and I've tried this both with multiple players and without multiple players, and it doesn't seem to have an impact on his spawn rate. So, in single player, he seems just as easy to spawn as he does with 4 players, but you can just continue to drive the fan boat to the other side of the map and then back, and eventually he will spawn. Also, if for some reason the witch doctor or any of the savages stop spawning, usually what's happened is that an enemy has spawned at the hut that's across from the lever there, and you can just kill all of the enemies that spawn at the hut, and whatever enemies that you're missing from here will respawn. If that still doesn't work, usually it's either a drifter or a spore that's nearby, and if you kill them, then usually the savages and the witch doctors will spawn, and your problem should be solved. So in this wave, I do actually get him to spawn after driving back and forth several times. I honestly don't know how many times. As I said, it took about an hour to get him to spawn during this video, and I've seen him 3 times, and he actually does seem to have a fairly high drop rate for the Twister, because I have killed him 3 times, and out of the 3 times he has dropped the Twister twice. And as you see here, I got both Ultimate Badass Witch Doctors to spawn here. I don't know what actually triggers the second one to spawn, it just sort of happens randomly sometimes. And you will see here in a couple minutes, Omnd-Omnd-Ohk does spawn for me. So if you got 2 Witch Doctors, you can level them up twice as fast, because they're already Ultimate Badasses for me here. And Omnd-Omnd-Ohk doesn't really have... he's not really that hard of a boss, but he can actually drop Seraph weapons. I've seen him drop the Hawkeye twice as well. And there he is right there. And at this point, I'd recommend getting out of your fan boat, because the fan boat is not very powerful whatsoever. But he isn't very hard to kill. You'll see I take him down pretty quick here. And at first I didn't actually think that he dropped the Twister, but as I was searching, I did find it on the ground later. So at this point, I just recommend clearing out whatever enemies you have left. You might want to leave one though, just to stop Deciduous from spawning right away while you're checking the loot. Anyway, if you're looking for a way to farm the Twister, then I do believe this is the best way. So if you were looking for a way to farm the Twister, I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video.
I'm back, bitches!
One thing I forgot to mention is that the Twister is a pretty powerful gun, as you'll see when I use it on this Ultimate Badass Witch Doctor here in a second. And it is very good with the Necromancer. You just have to be very close to your target. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video.
Gotcha! That calmed him down some.